Cute comments for the day. Also some Fight Club comments, apparently. Why do you wear a hat and hood? And then, what the Emperor Palpatine is this? Yes. Let the comments flow. So, I thought it was Igor. So, a couple of people made some comments on how to help your health, and that I was wrong about Britain and your ability to actually get a hunk of dirt by squatting it. It's also called adversarial something something. Very interesting comments and good ideas to do videos on, especially finding other YouTube channels. I have to point out something. Because I've been required, essentially, to erase all my playlists on my channel, I had to go look up some things, and it was easier to find them when there was no playlist. YouTube started suggesting the things I was looking for instead of hiding them. I'm not sure what to make of that, but it makes it where it's almost impossible to flag the channel for that because I don't have any playlists. But I'm going to do more videos where I do shoutouts for various channels that have various content so people can find them, because eventually everyone's going to find out that they need to clean certain playlists for whatever reason. Kittens? So anyway, next. Health advice I was given that I've tried and failed to be able to make work. Thank you for it. Doesn't matter that it doesn't work for me. I do appreciate people trying to help. Next, one of them that was mentioned, and this is stupid and scary, but it worked because I was told to do it by nurses. Staph infections. If any of you are watching this, I'm not going to include this in the title of the video because this is not medical advice. I have an immune system that for some reason was being stupid about how fast it would respond to bacterial infections in general, and specifically Staphylococcus aureus that was causing skin infections and could technically cause enough damage to kill a person. This included anything from a jaw infection to a spinal column infection. My body just didn't kill it quickly enough, and it was aggressive staph, it turns out. It was a brand new kind of staph. It's not methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, MRSA. This is another one. It's extremely aggressive version of staph. And the way they actually treated it, and someone posted the comment today, and I forgot to do, response to them, but I'll just do it in this video, is using literally bleach water. Washing yourself with soap and water. Get the oils and waxes out of your skin. You have to degrease your skin, which is nasty. And then, very quickly, a layer of the only antibiotic that seemed to work. After all of the infections were cleared, or a person's skin has been, well, you have to do incision, drainage, irrigation, excision, and debridement and de-roofing of the wounds, depending on how bad they are. That's surgical procedure for literally making it incapable of hurting you because it's no longer there in any material. And that includes removing part of my back and my leg so that I wouldn't die or lose the limb or, well, wouldn't die. But the thing they told me is, no matter how counterproductive this sounds and no matter how much you hate it, dunking yourself in bleached, sterilized water. This is where it's literally just enough bleach to kill off anything in it. You let it sit. It smells just enough to where you can smell it. And then take a bath in it. Because it's actually just bleached enough. This is a bad trick, but it was given out as information at one time. Food grade bleach, which is a contradiction in terms. This is really something you shouldn't do ever. But there is a tiny amount of bleach you can put in water that it won't make you sick at all. It won't hurt you. As long as you're not oversensitive to it, you're fine. And it's used to emergency procedure bleach water that's gone really bad, and it's your only source of water and you have no choice. And you can't boil it for whatever reason. You can do this. In some cases you do this and then strain it and boil it, getting out the bleach by boiling it. But by doing that level of strength, and that was all that was necessary, I could lay down in a bathtub and let it kill off everything on the skin almost entirely. Basically, I walked around almost, but not quite, surgically sterilized on the surface for about 2 years, until my immune system learned to fight the bacteria that kept attacking me and taking pieces of me out that were the size of what looked like a bullet wound. So I have an oddly impressive looking set of scars. So that was a good bit of advice, and I do appreciate it. The rest of the things people told me about were, this is a fun one, of course, tomatoes. He found a couple of videos where people figured out, yeah, there's these rules where if you sit on a hunk of dirt for, some places it's 3 years, other places it's 5. In the United States it used to be 5 to 10 years. It's based on a old law that was back when we had royalty running every place. If you could hide in plain sight by just being part of the population, not causing anybody to have a problem with you, and be on a hunk of dirt, you were homesteaded. And if somebody abandoned the property, was not maintaining it, and just left the area, see also corporations that buy tracts of land and then do nothing with it. Yeah. Now, in the United States, we have a different rule. We also have a rule that says, right, or patent something, 50 years after you're dead, someone can still sue and claim it as their work, instead of it being open season. One of the things we found in this country is we used to have rules like that too. Then they got rid of them. The they I'm referring to is everybody was bought off. I'm on a hunk of dirt now that's not being used for anything, that was platted as being a place to have, you know, for the city to sell off really cheap so it could be developed into property they could get tax money out of. But God forbid I live on it. Well, now I'm at the point where they don't bother us anymore. And then today, as I'm coming through, they lied to everybody and they went through and did a sweep everywhere else and made everybody move 1 block. Yeah. Because that's the rule they were under. You have to move 1 block. Anything you don't want to take with you, leave here, let us clean it up as garbage, and then tomorrow, move back. Anybody notice that right after the Great Depression and vast quantities of homeless people and poor people, and finding out that the system doesn't support them and you can't really get ahead and you can't own a house by the time you're 35 and all that, even though that was the American dream that was pushed and shoved for the next 2 decades. That was also the year that a lot of anti-gun laws were put through under the guise of stopping, you know, mobs. That's not a Minecraft joke. I mean, literally the mob. A lot of changes happened before the Second World War. And afterwards, everybody tried to make this country really, really a great country. Make America great again would have fit in perfectly. And I guess somebody had to be sacrificed. And it ended up being all of us. So I'm going to have a set of videos I'm eventually going to put up. They're not going to be live action things. I'm doing them on a computer. I'm still working on building the models. I have a video game engine I can do this in. On how to build a building out of pallets. Wanted to do it for a long time. I can explain it, but I want to demonstrate or show it. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. But thanks for the commentary that was fun and entertaining, Palpatine. And that'll be the title for the video. And I thank everybody for their advice on how to take care of myself and maybe make my situation better. Bye.